Hello everyone, welcome on in. Vince, welcome on in. Coincidence, fate, I don't know what it is. Lovely to see you. I've seen Kalinta, Prof, Emily and Zalis, I think. Welcome on in, guys. Lovely to see you. Let me check the audio. You can hear me. You hear nothing from my desktop, only because there's... oh yes, there's that. Apart from that, there's no sound. That's what I want to do. There we go. Okay, we can go away. We're gonna be modding today, so we're not gonna have the music from the game. So let's have the music from the game. Makes sense, right? Here we go. There we go. Now, yep. I'm going to reduce that a bit. Last week when we were playing Songs of Conquest, I had to put the audio way back up. Do let me know. That should be okay, but do let me know if I'm too loud or the music too loud or too quiet, you know, all of that. Plan for today, the construction set. In fact, before doing the construction set, what I should do, because I haven't played or modded in long, in too long, let's run the MWC update. And you know, I'm still not keeping up with things when you see that my desktop is such a horrible mess. It's so bad. It's so bad. I will get round to fixing it for sure. Just as soon as I finish making my board game and finish making my Morrowind mods and finish updating all the mods and, you know, soon. Very soon. Oh well. Oh well. Friends and Friends is what we're doing today. And the last time we were modding together, we were testing out some characters. For today, I would like to make a fresh character. A brand new character, and with you guys, well, we can come up with the story, the quest together. I'll be the CS monkey and you'll be throwing ideas my way, I guess, or telling me what you think of my ideas. I'm not expecting you to to serve me the story. First, we're gonna pick an NPC to make a quest for. Oh, why do I have a head of the classes? That's not what I want. You're active. So we're gonna take a look at the list of NPCs. I have like close to 200 NPCs, I think, that used to be companions, could be companions. Creatures. Here's the deal with creatures. With Morrowind scripting only, there isn't all that much you can do with them. They can follow, you can give them fake level up. And it's true, do I want to... That's not a bad idea. So far, I've been, like, I've already added some creatures. Well, these not, but you see, this one is a ghost, Clicker is a centurion spider, I already have a scamp, and a winged twilight. But they are sort of like their own thing, really, and they're sort of complete NPCs. For example, Clicker. I don't see it anymore, but it's not important. My spider. Clicker, you find it if you happen to have the companion who is good at tinkering stuff, then he'll improve Clicker by giving it a lightning shield and lightning bolt, I think is what I did. But yes, because creatures are not supposed to talk, and maybe it could be interesting if I could make a creature that communicates without words somehow, but I feel that would require some really good writing to sort of convey things. Don't think I've got that. we'll see. For now, there's a few creatures in there. All of these creatures are sort of already in there. They are creature tamers in the game, and each of them sells you one of their creatures, basically. So there's already a number of creatures. None of them are really quested. I feel we can do more with NPCs. Yes, not much modding feature for creatures. There isn't that much to do. Though you can give them dialogue, so with maybe a little bit of effort, maybe a little more effort, you could do something, I guess. Now, I don't want to take a companion from the top of the list because I started making the companions from A, and then at some point I was like, come on, I can't go alphabetically when there's 200. These are the tamers, they don't count. So let's see what options we have. I'd like to take an NPC that is not a class that we've seen, not a race. This tends to be, I don't know why, lots of Wood Elves female and lots of Breton female from the older mods. So let's try to do something a little different. What do I have? Zarna, Ivela, Yasmin. I don't know what you are, Yasmin. I don't remember you. Vasgood, Vartal. Salar, sounds like a wood elf. Telion the Terrible, that's actually a wood elf. Alright, I'm pulling up.
Not even death can save you from me.
Base King. Octavius Antiochus. Hola. Persephone. Mia. I got a feeling most of them are wood elves or Breton, like seriously. Their faces have already been assigned. They kind of have a class already, but I'm totally open to changing that if we come up with something interesting for them. Some of them have custom hair and head, typically because they are from Morrowind Comes Alive, and I didn't want to change that. Others, well, others don't. Yuna, I already have a Breton something. A man without pants, definitely Breton. Who knows, this one, I have a Nord man. I've already done a Nord female. I don't have a high elf. That's good. What are you? Breton. We already have a Breton, 2 Breton male. Red Guard I don't have. Male wood elf. You know what I should do? I should pull out the page with my current progress. Friends and friends. We have an Argonian, we have a female Breton, female Dunmer, female Bosmer, female. Okay, we have female. Oh my god, female. I saw there was this guy. 1 male there, 2 but he's a Breton, 3 but he's a Breton, 4 but he's a zombie, 1 orc, another Breton, a second orc. Okay, it has to be a male. It has to be a male. Ferengi. A male, okay. I was wondering if you wanted a Ferengi female, because then she'd have to be naked. So all the females, bye. We're doing a male companion. Telion the Bosmer. Hunter, how boring. Isn't it? Isn't it boring? He looks Slavic. Yeah, there's a little bit in the face, I agree. That's not a... I don't think that's a face that I gave. So that's where it is. Alright. Let's do this a bit better. Ah, cool, I did. High male, high health. We don't have that. There's karma. There's no bad jokes. There are jokes that don't make people laugh. That's it. Imperial, Bodil, there's another wood elf. Redguard, that's the... I already have one. Male Breton we said we don't want. I think Darath, I don't remember. Maybe some necromancer or something. High elf, I've already pulled one. Ooh, Khajiit. Maybe we could do a Khajiit character. I'm not good at speaking Khajiiti, but who knows. Orc, I've got two. Do we want to make another Argonian? I already have a male Argonian. Nord, Halgir, Hognar. That's a good name. An elderly Nord. Hey, are my mouse controlled inverted? They feel inverted. Okay, I feel we have enough people to choose from. No, I don't have my French keyboard. Yeah, it's gonna be awkward. I don't know, maybe some new features in the construction set, or simply it was reset to default settings, or I don't know. Okay, now it's normal. Alright. These fine gentlemen with particularly sexy bodies. We have a high elf mage. I'm gonna ask you to decide which one feels more interesting and come up with a quest for those. The elderly naked North. He has survived many foul witches. It would be cliche to go with a Nord and a witch, but I don't mind, especially if he's not about the witch, or you know, it can be just you know, just a wink to the cliche of the Nord and the witch without making that central to the story. All right, these are the people we have. A high elf mage, happy to tweak the class a little bit. I'm not overly attached to that. There, let's take a look at their faces. This is a casting, this is an audition. He's got a terrible face. He looks so mean. Okay, in order of appearance, we have Darath, the dark elf assassin. He looks mean. He really looks mean. Followed by Bodil, the wood elf scout. There. I like him less. We have a Khajiit assassin, Drotano. I don't know if that's the hair of an assassin. We have the elderly Nord, a warrior, and the friendly looking high elf. Do I need to make a poll? Are there some that feel particularly? Indeed, he does. Oh well. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Alright. Question, which NPC? Do they already have a background story? That's an excellent question. I don't think they do, but do I still have their journals? Yes. Aridis has something stupid about his getting bigger, fatter. He feels he needs a physical challenge. Wow. So his background story that was given to him by Cutthroat Mods, his CM partner's companion, is that one day he looked at himself in the mirror, felt a little fat, and decided it was time to hit the road and go for a diet. Not particularly attached to that story. I don't think it's particularly amazing. But Hognar, do I have a background story for you, Hognar? Hognar's background story is, oh, he knows Hoker, that's another NPC, and they were raiding Dwemer ruins together back in the day. A third companion died, and he swore to himself that he would not join a weak or unreliable companion. Not extremely interesting either, I would say. Drotano, our Khajiit. Drotano reflects on how many people he's killed, and he feels a little bad for killing them, but the money is good. How long can he survive? One little mistake and he'll die. He's willing, okay, he's looking for a career change because he's afraid for his life. He doesn't know that becoming my companion is more dangerous than being an assassin. Elderino looks like he'll be shine with his dad jokes at the family barbecue. I cannot write or come up with or even recall dad jokes, but if you guys feel comfortable with that, we could go for that. So Drotano is an assassin, very successful, making good money, thinking about a career change. Not a fascinating background either, I think. Bodil, that's the wood elf, the one I like least. Okay, I seek to make my way in the world. To me, life is an adventure. Do I kill for pleasure? No. Do I maim or disfigure for sport? No. I am an opportunistic hunter. Hunter of men, elf, orc, beast. Okay, so he's like, I'd rather kill people rather than have a boring job. Not fascinating. Darath, that's him. Darath. It is not the love of killing which draws us to the guild of assassin. It is the love of justice. Oh, he could be a Dark Brotherhood assassin. Maybe. But he's a Dunmer. Okay. It is the love Moroctong at order. Now he's Moroctong. Sorry. Has to be Moroctong. Okay, he's a cold character, but somehow he likes justice. Like the cold, hard justice of it all. That's the backgrounds that I have for these guys, i.e. not much. So we have High Elf Mage, we have Old Nord Warrior, we have, ooh, I only have 5 options. We have Khajiit Assassin. I'm removing the Wood Elf. I am not very inspired by him, so no. And we have a Dunmer assassin as well. And I'm gonna let you vote. Is that working properly? You're not seeing the questions on the chat. That's not good. Is the chat displaying on the screen at all? I don't know, I'm not looking at it. Was the chat displayed on the screen at all, guys? I might need to refresh something. No, maybe not. Ah. Don't worry, I'm still here. Okay, you appear there. It is now. I had to refresh it, so I'm gonna stop the poll. And now, and do it again. I made an effort to type the first time round. I can't promise you I'm gonna type properly this time. And we say which NPCs. Here we go again. High Elf Mage. A little cliche, but Old Nord warrior. Khajiit assassin. I am very tempted to shorten it to Khajiit ass. Dunmer assassin. And the last one? Oh no, I only had those. No. The bot is borked. Well, tell me in the chat. Which one of these which one of these NPCs do we work with? There was a Malmsorgen comic in which a bear is excited for his new career as a druid animal companion, but she renames him Meat Shield number 13. Yeah. I have one for the Altmer, one for the Nord. Danaebot waking up. Well done, Danaebot. Yeah, if you want to be first, you can be first again because I reset the bot, by the way. Didn't have to tell you, Amali, did I? You thought of that faster than I could say it. So for now, it is between the Nord and what was the other one? The Altmer. Who do I kill next? I mean, Khajiit or Dunmer? The Altmer would definitely have to come up with a better background story and motivation than, ooh, I'm getting a little fat. Too much time in the library. I have to go out. Because that's a stupid reason, really. For a man or a woman, kill the Dunmer. Alright. Khajiit assassin, Nord warrior. What a face. With the hairs matching. Nord warrior, Altmer. Who goes down next? I don't even know what is my preference. Not the Khajiit. I'm killing... Oh, okay, good, Becca. I'm glad we agree. Just because the last quest that I've done and kill the Altmer. Well, group work. We've killed many NPCs, sorry, deleted NPCs. We'll be working on this guy. Hognar, a Nord warrior. Khajiit are overrated. I don't know, they're kind of cool. Alright, Lugasp. Now I have an idea to... Let's try this. We'll see if that's fun or not. Here's what we're gonna do. In the... You know my problem doing a Nord is that it feels stupid to not do the quest with Solstheim at all. At the same time, I don't want to have to make two versions. You know, like one for Solstheim and then another one for Woolly's version of Solstheim, Tomb of the Snow Prince. Which is why now, I know it's lazy, but anytime I have anything to do with Solstheim, I only deal with the interiors so that I don't have to do anything. There's an old Nord warrior who lives in Morrowind, Tamriel. Sheogorath is a good alternative to Solstheim. True, there's Dagonfell to begin with, and then the whole region is kind of coldish-ish. Amelie, you're using ChatGPT for your quest journal as well. I have been using it for some of my companions for Latte. I used it and it was okay to get the lines for Latte. When I asked for a journal, it was like day 1, blah, 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 blah. And it was way too long. So I decided I was not so worried about the journal entries because these journal entries have to be as not bland but as neutral as possible because it's the player speaking and I don't know anything about the player. So I did use OpenChat GPT for Latte's line, because then he could sort of have a consistent voice, I guess. And also, like I would say, I would go, I don't have it anymore, but Latte says that this is like this and this is like that. We write this in Latte's voice, and it was consistently better than what I had said. ChatGPT 4 would create a more intense script, but it costs, I don't even know, like I tried that, I think it's fun. And it gives you, I've used that for my board game. I needed all kinds of different creatures, so I was like, okay, give me forest creatures, give me different types of demons, give me other words for a rogue, just so that I didn't have to think of the words and I could cherry pick the ones I wanted. That saved me time and even gave me some ideas. Interesting story. Mid-Journey that I used to make the prototype of my cards for my board game. Mid-Journey doesn't want succubus or incubus are forbidden words, and I was like, but I don't want to do anything, you know, particularly kinky. I want just sort of a winged female demon. But anyway, so there's no succubus or incubus in my game. Where's my new chat? Did I not? Stupid me. Okay, here we go again. An old Nord warrior lives in Morrowind. What do I say? Let me catch up with you. On the one hand, they have amazing lore, a unique mix of Anuic and Pandemic perspective. On the other hand, there's a lot of Khajiit characters out there, so I guess they are a bit overrepresented. Yeah, and like I'm guessing most people don't like Khajiits for their lore, so then, you know, I think that the memes are sort of predominant. They're thieves. An old Nord warrior lives in Morrowind. What do I want to say? What does it have to live for? I don't know where I'm going with that. What does it have to live for? Maybe I should have given it a bit more information. Yes, of course, you only speculate. Pride and honor, the Norn with a strong connection to royal heritage, family and friend. Could the Nord be worried about his legacy? How about that? Or he wants to perform one final feat, heroic feat, to not to go to Valhalla. What is the what's the Nord place? I know the Elder Scrolls Stormguard. What is it called? Sovngarde. Thank you. That could be his motivation. Let's say he's worried that he hasn't done enough in his life to have earned a place in Sovngarde. He has to search out the 3 naked Nords for some reason. I mean, that could be fun. Sovngarde, if you want to get technical. I don't want to get technical. I'm gonna go with Songin. Okay, let's see what ChatGPT suggests. Pride and honor, I'm thinking his legacy, either his legacy or earning his spot in Sovngarde. families and friends, may have close family members or friends in Morrowind who give him a sense of belonging and purpose. They may rely on him for advice. If anything, I've got the feeling that this old Nord would feel nostalgic about what being a Nord meant, like the Nords in, even in Dagenfell. We can start in Dagenfell, or any place with Nords. He could feel a little nostalgic about the fact that Nords nowadays are not true Nords. I mean the paper, obviously. How else am I going to brainstorm without pen and paper? Not with a computer, that makes no sense. All right. We have secure a spot in Sovngarde. Sad about current Nords. You know, where's their pride? They don't worship, was it the One anymore? Sounds like a Swedish right-wing YouTuber. Adventure and challenge, thirst for adventure. Yeah, we kind of have that. Goal and ambitions, no. Spiritual and philosophical belief, okay. What? Okay, let's give the bot some information. The name of this old, hey Marks, old Nord warrior is, what's his name again? Hognar? What's your name, dude? Hognard. That's such a bad name. Hognard. It's Hognard. He worries he hasn't earned his place in Sovngarde. As a result, he wishes to prove himself, as you can see I can't type, to prove himself and to prove his courage and worth as a warrior before he dies. What are Hognar's personal beliefs? Not E after Sovngarde. What did I do? Sovn. Thank you. We don't want to confuse the chatbot. What are the personal beliefs? I know. Do speculate. Do speculate. Yes, we couldn't fear that he holds beliefs that are consistent with the true Nord values, such as honor and glory. Yes, important. I did. I can't type. That must be absolutely horrible to watch. It takes forever, it's full of typos and then actual mistakes. So honor and glory for sure, value courage and bravery. You know what I wish I could do? For those of you who have played Ultima, and I'm thinking in particular of Ultima 4, where to gain the virtue of valor, you must never run away from a fight. I really wish there was a way in Morrowind to keep track of whether you run away from a fight or not, and then have this companion not respect you anymore. Loyalty and clan and ancestors. The notion of clan is interesting. The notion of ancestors is interesting. Faith in the Nordic pantheon, may believe in the Nordic gods and goddesses such as Shore and Kine. What about the one that's also a Nord belief, right? Elder Scrolls, Nord. Okay, let's go with religion. The One. The One is a thing, right? The dead gods. Sure. And Sun. The earth god. Kain, Mara. Okay, these are the part of the nine divine. The snake, okay, the twilight god, Alduin. This is still the nine divine. Am I misremembering something about the One? Ooh, I like that. Making a copy of this node with a permanent chameleon effect that only appears when he is killed, so his last word will be, I see them. I see the gates of Sovngarde. I absolutely love that. Love that. The quest finishes when he dies. It's so dramatic. It's so... what's the name? Game of Thrones. I thought there was one of the beliefs, and that was the belief in the One, but maybe I'm just very confused, because what I see here, that's Alduin, that's the line divine with a different name, of course, but so I suppose we could stay with heroes and clever men visit the underworld of all time. Sovngarde is the Nordic afterlife created by Shore that exists in Aetherius. Nords who have died valiantly in honorable combat arrive in Sovngarde after death. Freshly pain and maladies evaporate upon entering in its hall of valor. Spirits here enjoy mead drinking. Oh, we need to do something with mead. You know what I want to do with the mead? The One is actually an Alesian god, so more an imperial proto-Nord god. Alright, so I'll drop that and we'll stick to Shore and Sovngarde. How about when you give him Nord mead, he spits it out and he says, Pwah! What's that? Did you put water in it or something? Like, it's not the good stuff from Skyrim. Okay. So he's all about Shore. We don't care about her sin. Her sin feels like heresy. Meaning he will leave the player if they become a werewolf. Okay, let's continue. Right. Bring him to Shore's heart, Lorcan. But hang on, in the Nord Pantheon, Shore is Lorcan? Can you get into the chamber with a companion? I think so. I don't think the door is scripted. We'll have to check. Shore is Lorcan. Okay. So Ursin, we go to heart would be something. What are the odds of taking a companion to the heart, fighting Dagoth and that companion surviving? What are the odds? Huh. I'm so glad I got you guys here, because you are on point with the lore, definitely a lot more than me. He values bravery and honor above all. He longs for a true Nordic culture in Morrowind. I think I want him to be sad looking at the Nord in Morrowind, thinking they're all too imperial, not quite Not quite Nord enough. I mean, in Morrowind, has any Nord ever spoken about Sovngarde? Never, right? Steampunk Banadana, hello, welcome on in. But I know. Though with whose mod is that? Is it Alondra's mod? Where the lava doesn't hurt the companions anymore? So there's that. Yeah, like honestly, NPC AI, therefore companion AI, sucks. Only in Souls time. Okay. What accomplishment would be worthy of Sovngarde? I feel that obviously, I mean, getting to the heart, I could see how he would be mightily impressed with, you know, getting to the heart. I'm not sure that destroying the heart is something he would want to do. You're not telling me anything new, like dying in honor. However, Senna longs for the truth, and it's possible that he may also believe that defending strong North presents reclaiming lost territories, rebuilding traditional. Okay, that's a whole new level. Building a true North settlement. Reclaiming, I don't think we can do that. And this is, remember, this is one companion out of 200. So we need a quest, we need a story, but building a whole settlement. But maybe joining the, what are they called? Guys, this is terrible. I haven't been Morrowinding, like seriously Morrowinding in a couple of months, I would say. Ever since I did the Latte Companion. And now I realize I can't. The skull. They're the skull, right? They're the skull. I think joining the skull would be close for him to pass a trial, to be recognized worthy. The Buoyant Harbinger, no, I don't think that's too Vivek and everything's got nothing to do with the Nord. Even Azura mentioned, so we could try. We free it. I like, you know, the whole heart thing, but I think practically it's a quest that would be really, really hard to do. To have a companion not die up until that point. Because you can't really control them and their AI are dumb. However, joining the skull, they're called the skull, right? Please tell me before I keep saying the skull and then never forget. And then never learn properly. Joining the skull could be a good quest for him that will take us to Solstheim. And also, I don't have to modify the exterior, I just need to have the dialogue with the people there. Compatibility out of the box with Tomb of the Snow Prince. Okay, I think I have enough information with him right now. That's what he wants to do. He wants to travel to Solstheim, find the mighty and proud tribe of the Skull, and be accepted by them as a warrior. And live like a true Nord. That's what he wants. That's what he wants. We have a beginning of a story now. That was the easy and fun part. Now we need to have that story happen. What are you wearing right now? You're wearing any shirt, any pant, any shoe. That's not good. Not good at all. Let's dress him up. The second most fun thing. He would fit with the guys from Loken. Yeah, he would really, but I don't want to make Loken a requirement for the mod, because there's other companions there that have nothing to do with the Nord, Solstheim, or Loken. It would be good to have some dialogue to sort of echo what happens there. But if you don't have the mod installed, then it's kind of wasted, I think. Thirsk. They're more traditional. The Scala are more of their own offshoot thing. Okay. I thought Thirsk was mostly about drinking in a big hole and deciding who's the boss. But let's start with... He asks you if you will be traveling... Very atypical Nord. I see. Okay. Yeah. So, Thirsk. But we can start by saying, you know, he'd say, yeah, I've lived my life here. I'm not sure I have done enough to be accepted. I'm watching you mod while also watching you mod. Hey, Enough. And he says, I wish to travel to Solstheim, see other Nords, and live with them. Something like that. At first. That's what it is. Let's dress him up, shall we? Let's start with a level list. I now have a whole bunch of Nord lists. Where did I put them? Ash Berserkers. These are my Nord lists. So he can have an axe. Is he an axe person or a blunt person? First thing in the chat, that's what I'll go for. Axe or blunt? Or sword if you really want to. What is his weapon of choice? Sword doesn't feel very Nord. So axe or blunt? Axe. Bracers, I will give him actual bracers. These are, you know, they could be mismatched. I don't like that. So he can have, I'm not giving him bear bracers. They are really Nord, but there's no bears in Dagenfell. So instead we're gonna go for some oh, does he have a bearskin cuirass? There's no bears. I just said there's no bears. He's got a pair of braces. He's a warrior, so maybe he can have pauldrons as well. Let's go with that. I'm nice. Cuirass. I don't want him. He's gonna have a fur cuirass as well. It's not gonna be randomized, but I don't mind. Like, I'd rather they have a little more personality through their gear than, say, you know, an enemy, a bandit you kill on the road.
So it begins.
90s, hello! This handsome fellow is Hognar, an an old Nord warrior who's lived in Morrowind all his life, and is suddenly, as he's getting older, you know, thinking about death. He's worried that he hasn't done enough to be accepted in Sovngarde. So he'll join you as a companion so he can do something amazing. 90s, I was thinking of you the other day because I watched a review of Thieves 1, 2, and 3. What's the name of the game? Mandalore Gaming? I forgot the name of the YouTuber, but the video was really in depth and the guy was like loved. Yes, that's the one. And I thought that was really interesting, right? We've been watching those. I was really eager to see Arx Fatalis, and what was the first one that I picked? I was like, yeah, this one. Oh, Arcanum. So I thought of you because when I see Thief, I think of you. That's how it is. Thief the game, not, you know, a common thief on the road or on the street. Okay, let me see. We have an axe. We need a shirt. A Nordic shirt. And we need pants. Nordic pants. And for the boots... You know what? I'm going to give him an old pair of boots. They're gonna be his boots. I like each of the companions to have like a personal item. They don't all have it, but they either have one or they have one by the end of the quest. And you know, a little bit like in Baldur's Gate, when you get a companion, they have that sword. You know that, what his name? Zan, I think. Who's not a great companion, like he's not amazing, he's weak, but he's got a sword to fight with as a mage, come on. And I've always been so frustrated that I cannot have that sword. It looks like a nice sword, but no, he's hanging on to it like mine. Anyway, I was so... Moonblade, that's the one. I was so frustrated by Baldur's Gate 2 and the NPC companions that I couldn't have, that I'm giving my companions things that you guys cannot have. That's right. So maybe I'm gonna give him a pair of bear boots or wolf boots. They're gonna be kind of old, but that's the only thing he's got from Skyrim, you know? So for boots, we're gonna make our own. What are your skills, buddy? Oh, the class. Do we keep him as a warrior? Is he a simple warrior or something a little different? I have all the classes from Ahead of the Classes. I'm doing good, thank you. I have not been playing games as much or modding Morrowind as much because my latest obsession is board games. So I'm obsessed about playing them. I don't know if you can see, I don't have all that many, but you can see I've got like 3, 4, 5 boxes of games, as well as lots of mess. Ignore that. And just like, I mean, I should have seen it coming, right? I play Morrowind and then I spend more time modding the game than playing it. And so very quickly, when I got the game, I was like, okay, all right, can I house rule this? Can I make an interesting variant of this? How can I organize my pieces in my box? Basically, I'm trying to mod my board games. I realize what it is. And for the past couple of weeks, I've been trying to come up with my own board game. And I think it's all right. It's not, you know, it's not gonna be Catan Revolution or Gloomhaven Revolution, but it's mine, and I'm trying to make it the best as I can, and then when I'm happy with it, I'll have a prototype printed and I'll put it with the other games, and I'll be happy, okay? And maybe then I can start thinking about something else. So it's been really hard to do anything but that. Board games, they're cool. I hope the obsession with them will go forward. It is going forwards, and you like, I've always, for a while, it started in August last year, I was like, come on, let's get one, and we did get a board game. But also, I realized that I badly need to talk to people. And I know I'm talking to you guys, and I know you're people, and I adore you, but you know, 3D people. So that's a way to talk to actual people and go out. I work at home, I live at home, I'm a lot at home. So that's something that helps me go out a little bit. So it's multi-purpose. Next thing you know, that I will try to mod real life. Don't you wish? Come on. Wouldn't you love to have this rubbish, nightmarish construction set, but it works for life? Come on, don't tell me you haven't thought about it. Because I have. Oh gosh, I would have the best house. Even with simple scripting, you know, I could do stuff in my house. Well, flat, really. But hey, we are not people, we are sorry. No, Amali, that's definitely not what I was saying. You know that. You know that. Anyway, does he stay a warrior or possible classes are very debatable. Come on. Where's Ahead of the Classes? Is it so old? Oh my god, it's so old. I see. some point I was writing a new blog article every week and I had to wait. I was writing them ahead of time. All right, good classes for a Nord combat, not acrobat, not agent, not alchemist, apothecary, arcanist, arcanager, that's nothing. I don't think I want him to be magical. Could he be a, no, not berserker, they're like nuts, completely nuts. So no. I would like a combat class that feels a little more interesting than warrior. Then again, artisan, that's not him. Assassin, no. Baker, no. Banker, definitely not. Barbarian. I don't think he's a barbarian. Like, he's lived in Morrowind fighting with a pan. Boing. Mudcrab Wrangler. I don't have that class in there. No problem, Amelie. Have a good night if you're going to bed, or some good time anyway. Thank you for stopping by. Is he a bard? No. No, he's a punchy. He's got to fight. And it's a great decision, by the way, Amelie. Sleep, regular schedule, battle alchemist, no, battle mage. He's not magical. Beast master, no, not living, you know, in a town. Bookseller, bounty hunter. I already have 2 bounty hunters as companions, so no, not an arminger, not a caretaker, not a cat catcher. Huh. No, I was thinking about it because it's definitely a job where you would have to use your skills, combat included. But if you're a cat catcher, like if the only thing you're fighting are malnourished, exhausted, unarmed, escaped slaves, like you got no shot at going to Sovngarde, even if you do something amazing just before you die. So no. Champion, no, because he would not be worried. A clever man, too, you know, like magical. I'm going to look. No, back out. Your stream modding. That works. No problem. Clothier, a commoner, a cook. Can I sell that? Hognar, the retired courtesan. Maybe not, maybe not. A crusader. Well, you know what? I like crusader. I don't think I have paladin in there. It's just paladin is I don't know, it doesn't scream Morrowind to me, while a crusader is going to have some beliefs. So he could be a crusader. But what is his crusade against or for? Because if he's a crusader for Kine or Shore, then he's failed, terribly failed. I'm writing it down as an option. Like, he could have started out as a crusader, but in the end, all he did was protect Dagenfell from mud crabs and cliff racers. And he made a living and he settled down, and that's not very heroic. That could be Dervish Mesmer, no. Diplomat, no. Dire Singer is a form of bard, no. Dog Worker, definitely not combat. Drill Master, no, because he's not in I feel like a Nord Crusader in Morrowind would just want to murder Dunmer. On which ground? Like historical, what do you call them? Crap. For historical reasons, past conflicts and things? But then why would you settle down and live there until the day you retire? It can be his road to redemption. Yeah, I quite like that. That he when he was young, he was a crusader. And he arrived in Dagenfell and he helped the Nord there, protecting them, but then sort of forgot about his crusade a little bit. I like that. I like that. Duelist, no. Enchanter, no. I know I have a couple of I should remove the new, because it's not new anymore, is it? Oh well. A fisherman, definitely not. Fighter, gambler, no. Gardener, no. Gladiator, not unless he's in Vivek. Guard, a healer. Herder, hermit, no. Hood, no. Jarl, he wishes, but he's not. Juggler, no. King, he wishes, but he's not. Mabrikash doesn't work. Mage, Marauder is more on the evil side of things. Mercenary, jack of all, like, you know, it's a sort of quest. Something like a military sailor. Well, yeah, he wishes. If he was Jarl, I guess he wouldn't be too worried. Maybe living his life in comfort. Something military. It could be former military. I mean, Crusader, it's not exactly an organized army. I did have Paladin, but meh. And Shore is neither Aedra nor Daedra. And if it was a Paladin of Shore, then he's done terribly again. Whereas Crusader, like, yeah, I'm still doing good. Pilgrim, a pirate, poacher, poet. No, I thought I had a couple of like more Nord-oriented, classes. Ranger, Reaver. That's not him. And I already have a Reaver. I have a Sailor. I mean, Sailor is not bad. It's not bad because, you know, he could be in Dagenfell. It's mostly fishermen, but sailors, why not? I've written it down. For now it's just Crusader and Sailor Scavenger. No, not honorable enough. Seraph is for the ladies. Shadow is a dark thief. Shadowmancer. Shadow Dancer. Shaman. Sharpshooters. That's what I had. But this would only work if they were in Solstheim, where they are werewolves, so... Though maybe... he could be promoted, accepted as a Silverhand eventually. So that was definitely one of those North classes I was thinking of, but that doesn't work. Stormcaller, I think is something more North as well, but Mage, not for us. It doesn't work. Arachnid Soul, hello, welcome on in. 2 magical. Trader, Vagabond, no, not good enough. And Biohunter. And Biohunter is not bad, but it doesn't really tie in with what we've got so far. Is it the story of the trap to stop the giraffes? But there are no giraffes, it's working. Yes, it's a good point, Calendar. In that case, he wouldn't be worried about his spot in Sovngarde then, if he felt he had done a great job. Oh, veteran. So, what sort of armed conflict could this Nord have been fighting in during his lifetime? Lore people? Am I right in thinking that people have tried to add more music to Morrowind? But there is no mod that does it. I like a mod like that. There's Nation Wars. I'm gonna write that. There's actually... quite a few mods that do just that. This one is probably the better one we have right now. Though Chime is being created, it's a work in progress, but until Chime is published, this is really good. This is more like the framework for music, so you install that. It doesn't give you the music, but then you make another search for Mia. Then you're right. Sorry, you're stuck. Muse is a MWSE, and it's a shame because it has different music for different types of places that you visit. It's really, really neat. What is there for OpenMW? Is there better music? Redone for Vanilla and Muse. Better music. Installation, regular vanilla. So that should work for you, for example. I was not a huge fan of the actual music in Better Music, but you know, that's me. I can put that in the chat for you. There it is. And Chime's the one that's being worked on. Is also MWSE, so that's how you know I haven't. No, I don't want to see it. 142 on red notification. I feel so bad. No, they're not all bug reports and things, but okay, one thing at a time. Ognar, let's talk about you, okay? So the Arnesian War doesn't work. I thought the Legion was involved, but they weren't. So who was fighting? House Dress and the Argonians. Yeah, it doesn't work then. Nord's not interested. Maybe there was no great war during his lifetime. So even though he's a veteran, he hasn't been in great battles. I quite like the veteran. It might be an easier sell than the Crusader, and then add all sorts of religious module jumbo for him. We'll see. What do I want? You. Warlock, no. Are we almost at the end? Warlord, warrior. Wise woodman, a witch hunter. Okay. Oh, the veteran doesn't have axe. Gregorian gangster, hello. There were lots of wars going on towards the end of the Third Era. Can you think of one in particular where this fine gentleman could have been fighting? So that would involve the Nord, because I don't think he would be fighting for, well, other, like he would have been fighting for Skyrim rather than, you know. There was the Bend Remark. You know, your knowledge of the lore both fascinates me and scares me. War of Brittany, maybe, between Skyrim and Hammerfell. Okay. Let's Google that, right? We'll check both. During this war, Skyrim defeated the forces of Hammerfell in High Rock and claimed many miles of the eastern parts of those provinces. Some of the territories were claimed, lost in previous wars. The war resulted in I don't know if you can read that, guys. Division between the Red Guard, the Crowns of Forebears. Most peculiar situation arose around the city of Dragonstar. Wow, but how old was that? I mean, he's a Nord, so... Would he have been... Yeah, that would work. And you mentioned another one. Patrol the barracks for 20 years in a row. Sure, if he was a Legion veteran, then he would be Elder Scrolls War of Brittany. Because I'm thinking, how would he end up? 30 years before Morrowind, exactly. That works quite nicely. Let's check this one. Also called the Brittany War. I like B, Daggerfall, Sentinel. Okay, that works too. I guess either works fine. Calendar knows his lore of Morrowind the way I know mine of Mass Effect. That's, I mean, I totally respect that. Just, you know, being so interested in something that you kind of learn things naturally and easily. Me, I know the mods quite well, but the lore... So he's a veteran of... I'm gonna say Brittany Wars for the simple fact that, you ready? It's easier to spell than the other one. Bendramak. You know what I mean. So we're gonna go for that. How did he end up in Morrowind? Let's see what OpenChatGPT has to say about that. We're here. No. Pocknard. It's the worst name ever. It's Bethany. Ah, why did I put Brittany? Bethany, thank you. Ognar is a veteran of the Bethany Wars. OpenChatGPT, don't make the mistakes of adding an R. That would be silly. Of the Brittany War. Cumberbatch. How did he end up in Morrowind? Go open ChatGPT. Give me ideas. Morrowind has lots of military bases. It would not be out of the question that he could easily have just been served orders to be stationed at a base in Morrowind. But in the Bethany War, that was Skyrim fighting against the Bretons, right? Daggerfall. Skyrim doesn't have military outposts. Not even in Soulstime, I think. Like, if you think of one place in particular that makes sense, I'll definitely use it. The Bethany War was fought between the Bretons of High Rock and the Red Guards of Hammerfell. Oh, crap. Bretons and Red Guards. He could be. We haven't really decided that yet. He's a veteran. I would prefer for him to not be in the Imperial Legion, because he's sort of, you know, wanting to live like a Nord, and the Legion is, by definition, very cosmopolitan. Even though the Nord culture is not all that different from the Imperials, the gods have slightly different names. They have Jarls and stuff instead of counts, but you know what I mean. Okay, I'll go for the other war then. the one with the terrible name. Bendramak. Could he have been exiled? No, he may have been hired as a mercenary for the great houses. I don't think he would have accepted. Tired of the conflict? Why not? Okay. Ognar was not in the Bethany War. Sorry. I'm being nice to the AI, you never know. He fought in the copy-paste war. Okay. No. No, open chat. I'm saying I gave you wrong information. The Red Guard and the Khajiit. Wow. Maybe we'll go with just veteran. I mean, this one does say Skyrim. So I think you're wrong. We can keep this one. The current playable area of Skyrim, Home of the North, focuses on the area of Skyrim where the War of Bentramark took place. Could be an interesting connection. It really could be, but then it's the same problem as with Loken, right? Suddenly I have to make the mod dependent on a whole big mod that people may or may not be using. However, you know, having I was going to say an expansion. Sorry, board games. Having a separate mod that takes this companion back to Skyrim would be really, really good. In fact, now that you say that, taking him to Solstheim feels so cheap. That we should take him all the way to Skyrim. That would be amazing. But I don't want to have more. I mean, already, we'll finish dressing you up in a bit. Already, this mod needs Morrowind Tribunal Blood Moon, Tamriel data, OAB data, wares, and I am using classes from ahead of the classes. I don't know if I'm making ahead of the classes a requirement or adding the few classes that I need in there. That's not important, but it already has, you know, heavy requirements. Though to be fair, I think most people have or should have both Tamriel data and OAAB data. Maybe not wares. No. I mean, it's not that much of a mod. It's only mine. I don't want to add a heavy requirement. And Skyrim Home of the North, in addition to the ESM, I would have to have, I mean, the ESM, that's an extra ESM and lots of things. So no, but we're keeping the wars, not the Bethany wars, the one with the nasty name wars. And I would love, like, I mean, I'm creating those companions and they have a background and they have a quest with 1, 2, 3, 4 different parts, usually at least 4, like steps to them. I would absolutely love it. People said, okay, can I expand on this companion's quest, making, you know, friends and friends a requirement? And I say, go nuts. Go absolutely nuts. Make the stories you want. So we make him a veteran. If he is a veteran, I think my problem with that, the veteran is not great with axes. I think most people in the scene have all the requirements here. Yeah, I think, and like they're required for so many mods, and these ESMs do not add space to the game. It just adds objects that may or may not be used in the game. So they don't slow the game down. They don't kill your FPS. There's no reason to not have them. Maybe his reasoning in Morrowind could be as simple as he is there in the middle of a quest. I think it could be that after the war, he was given a bundle of money to go and live his life. He went to Morrowind and settled down in Dagenfell, where he continued to make a living defending the settlement from the occasional bandit. Because there's, I mean, in Dagenfell, there's a couple of Imperial guards, but they don't even have a place to stay, do they? Which is weird now that I think about it. Dagenfell has one Imperial guard. Yep. So honestly, I think one Imperial guard without any superior around to keep him in check in a settlement where there's more mead than water, I don't think that Imperial guard is quite enough. You know what I want to do? Actually, could we have something with the Imperial guard? I would have to replace him and make him a unique guard, but that could be kind of fun. You know, how the Imperial guard would hate him because he makes him look bad or something. I don't know. Maybe, for now, I have too many ideas and not enough actual quests. But I like that. I like that. Okay, we have to finish dressing him up before I forget. Right now, he has an axe. As a veteran, he would be equally good. Okay, keep your axe, buddy. That's fine. That's fine. He has an axe. He has fur at the top. I was going to give him his special boots. That's where we were. And I wanted to check. He's particularly good with heavy and medium. So we're going to give him a pair of bear boots. There we go. These are his boots. They have 0 value, so the player is not tempted to, you know, steal them. We double the health so they don't have to be repaired. What enchantment do we give him? It doesn't have to be a custom enchantment per se. Could we find something, you know, decent? We'd want you to have not a cast once, but a cast when used. What sort of enchantment would be good? The plot thickens, exactly. Let's have a bit of light. Something about... Do we do a frost shield? That could be nice. Off the top of my head, I don't think I know the name of a frost shield. We'll make a new one. Frost shield on self. This is a cast when used. I cannot promise you that he will be using it regularly. NPCs and magic is a mystery. NPCs and enchanted items, even more so. But let's say his frost shield lasts 30 seconds. The magnitude is 10. Hang on. If he's got his frost shield on and I'm fighting next to him, I'm gonna take the damage, won't I? Because friendly fire is a thing. So I'm not so keen on it. But I picked the frost shield because it's something that you see. Like you go, oh, there's some frosting going on. Something to fortify his strength is good, but you won't know when he's using it, if you see what I mean. That's why I picked the shield, but then it could be dangerous for me if I stay close to him. Mm-hmm. I think Fashi only damages people who hit him. Okay. I mean, that could be me still. Let's try that for now. Yes, you're a new object indeed. I had to close that window and reopen it because at the time I opened that window, the enchantment didn't exist, so it wouldn't have been here in the drop-down menu. Okay, he's got his boots. I'm gonna make them a little lighter. Enemies next to the casting carousel will be damaged by 1 point elemental damage per 10-point spell strength each time they successfully hit. Oh, okay, alright. And I'm going to strengthen it then. I'm gonna make it a 10. Ognar, I give you your boots. You don't see the pants, but he has Nord pants on. And I am not giving him a helmet because I want people to see his grey hair. So it makes sense that he's, you know, old and everything. Thank you for all the work you have done. Do you mind if I ask you a mod relating good? Oh, go ahead. That's why we're here. I mean, I'm making a mod, but we're talking about it. Go ahead. I hope I can help you and answer your question. If not, somebody in the chat will be able to. Okay, Hognar is dressed. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And he's got those. He's dressed, okay? And he's got a weapon. You can't give an orc pants he hasn't asked for. Is that a rule? It's the holiest of the rules for the Nords. That heart emote is so pretty, 90s. Can I see what it is? Maybe not, but it's pretty. It's shiny. Okay, we have a guy. I am going to put him in Dagenfell because that's the place that makes sense for him to be. We just want to, you know. I would have him... This feels like it moves so quickly. I will have him a little outside of town for the time being. It's love hearts. It's very pretty. And now we need to talk to him. First of all, if we are a werewolf, he will attack us on sight. Would he? Would he attack us on sight? Does he know what a werewolf is? Does he? Does Carls know of the werewolves? Like even in Skyrim, the werewolves are a secret thing. They are the Silverhands, though werewolves are known. Are they known as an abomination? Something Shore doesn't accept? No, because in Skyrim the companions are werewolves and the companions go to Sovngarde. So I'm not sure he cares so much about the whole werewolf thing. I'm removing that. Especially when werewolves in Morrowind... Just let me... There you go. All good. Maybe he can be a little hostile, but not openly attacking. Maybe he can refuse to join you. We can start with that. Okay, so the first thing I need to do for a companion is to do the whole recruit, cannot recruit thing. So we're going to conversation. And what we have in conversations, they are the topics where you would say, hey, you want to be my friends? Yes, no. Hey, how about our relationship? We should take it to the next level, sort of thing. And that happens... That happens here. These are the getting to know you. Hey, what's up? Let's talk about you. Let's talk about me. And this is how you get to know the NPC and you recruit them. Anything that I've put above here are the dialogues that block that. For example, this guy, he'll only join you once you've done a particular quest. So if you haven't done that quest, it's going to say, sorry, got other things to do. If you have done the quest, then you get the normal dialogue, hey, what's up, want to be my friend, blah, blah, blah. So for him, we do want to have a particular dialogue. Hog. I missed it. Hognar. Is there a global for the... Yes. If the player is a werewolf, I'm trying to make a bag of holding-esque item, and I saw that your version of is just a shield with feather. Some other people used an NPC in a random cell that, yes, also when you activate them. When I adjusted this to the bag, is returned when you give them the NPC doesn't work. You need to return to this cell on to retrieve the bag no matter what I've done. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. Oh, wow. You're asking me about scripting. Tough one. In my mod, actually, it's worse. I made it a light item because I wanted the NPC to hold it like that with the bag. Meaning that when you go in water, you ruin the bag and you lose everything. You don't lose everything. The trick for the scripted remote container, there's actually a number of mods that you can look at. I'm not good at scripting. That's why I used the feather enchantment thing. Now let me read that again. Where is it? Use an NPC in a random cell that you greet to share the item with when you activate the dummy item. When I adjusted this to the bag, so the bag is returned when you give it the item to the NPC, it doesn't work. That is definitely a scripting question, and I'm not really good with those. Let me try to think of a mod that does that. What is the name of Superstars mod? I thought it was the luggage. Rincewind. Not getting anything. It's not what I want. I was so sure the name was Win. Some people, yes. The mods that I can think of, like the containers mod, the MWSC containers, they use MWSC. Are you specifically trying to not use it? Oh yes, your mods, Prof. Thank you. Something containers. So that's an example with MWSC. Dimensional containers. There we go. That's a really good example. You're modding for OpenMW. I mean, you're modding and that's your mod. I would not mod for OpenMW. I would mod without MWSE. There's a difference. Then your mod can still be used by people who have vanilla installed with or without MWSE. It's on her website. That could be it. But take a look at Prof's. A long time ago, there was a problem. I mean, I was crashing with it. That was a long time ago. So these do exactly what you want. You have the containers, you have different forms of container. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, that's just, you do use MWSE. Wow. I never realized. It is. Sorry, that's not one. Okay, then I need to find Superstars, because that was not. Pre-Lua, but still MWSE. Do you think there would be any sort of advantage to updating it to take advantage of the new Lua? Rincewind luggage. Okay, this one for sure. I mean, almost for sure. I'm fairly certain. And there was another one. There was another one with the containers in the inn. Rincewind is one, but there's one where there's crap. Travel trunk. There it is. Yeah. Look at this one also. Rincewind, I was confused, is a companion. So that's not what you want. That last one, the travel trunk, is something, it puts different trunks, but they all go to the same container. And that's definitely not MWSE. Sorry, I can't help you more because this is scripting and that is not my thing. I barely get by, and very often with help. Okay, what I wanted to do is go back to you. How would Ragnar react if he saw a werewolf? I'm afraid it's going to tell me it's going to attack. Under which circumstances would he find that acceptable? I don't know. Let's see. Phew. As a devout worshipper of Shore and a tradition, Hognar would like you view werewolf with suspicion and mistrust. Okay, so we're fine saying that our guy doesn't attack right away, but you know, might not want to associate. He may draw his weapon and prepare to defend himself, but not attack. Under certain circumstances, Hognar may find it acceptable to work alongside a werewolf or even tolerate their presence. For example, if the werewolf were a fellow warrior fighting alongside him against, we're not going to do that. So we'll stick to Edging Hognar meets a werewolf. That is true, but for the you know, I would like him. Can I wait until you transform into it? I don't think I can track that very easily. Unless there is a global that says you have been identified as a werewolf. But then if you have this flipped, there must be one, because from the moment you're identified, everybody hates you. In which case, he will hate you too, and I don't have to worry about it. The dialogue already exists. Yeah. But you know what I mean, like if I'm already a non-werewolf, I think that's what the global is, then no one will talk to me anyway. Like it feels like the game is over when you're a non-werewolf. Meets a fellow warrior, but suspects he might be a werewolf. What would Hognard say? Hognard would remain steadfast in his values of bravery and honor, refusing to back down or compromise his principles in the face of uncertainty. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's like, can you write a quested companion for me? Export it into an SBS file and make sure there's no bugs. Thanks. Send. That would work. David, hello. All right. Sorry, NPC. Sorry, PC Race. Call me crazy, but I think you're a furry. There's something about you. I cannot quite put my finger on it, but it makes me uneasy. There's an AI that can write Morrowind script. Where is it? Where is it, and how much do I have to pay for it? Because, I mean, even OpenChatGPT would know what a script does and would be able to modify it, I'm fairly certain. And I write, Hognard will not join a werewolf. I put it there because the idea is to have all these companions that, you know, are more or less picky about joining the player or not. And I want to, like, if I meet him and I'm a werewolf, fine, he won't join me, but I know in my next playthrough, if I'm not a werewolf, then he could be a companion I look for. Let's rephrase this in Hognard's voice. Let's see what she can do. That's what I did for Latte. Apologies. There's something about you that gives me pause. Can't quite put my finger on it, but it makes me feel uneasy. Can you make Hognard sound more like a Nord? Good luck, OpenChatGPT. Forgive me, NPC race, but there are certain things about ye that makes me unsettled. I can't rightly say what it is, but it puts me on edge. I like that better. Would it? Would it give him pose? It's a good one, Prof. Up. I take it. So this is Hognard not joining you at all. If you're not a werewolf, you'll have the normal dialogue. What I need to have now in my greetings 1 is Hognard realizing you're a werewolf. No, hang on. If Hognard has been your companion for a while and then you become a werewolf, he already knows you. So I think he gets over the fact that you're a werewolf. Yep. I'm not changing it. No, that's not what I wanted. Where are my... Let's go back to my companions. Nard. What level is he? He's a veteran, right? So he can't be level 1. I have level 6 right now. I'll be generous and make him a level 10. Do not auto-calculate the stats. We give him 200 acrobatics, which is not necessary anymore if you use Abbott's mod, but not everybody does. Athletics, I'm going to 100 only because when they have 200 athletics and they go a little further away from you, they run super crazy. That's just weird. So let's go for that. And then he needs to have his companion spells before I forget. Oh, and his book. Spells and book. What did I call it? No, it's a level list. There we go. This is a level list with all the scrolls that tell Morrowind what is the birth sign of this companion. Because it's a level list, every new game where you talk to him, he'll have a different sign. And then his companion buff spells. That's a spell that I give to everyone. There we go. There we go. I give them a little bit of Sanctuary and resist the weapon, and they won't take fall damage and they won't drown. I don't think it's OP, it just makes them... You don't have to babysit them so much because you can't even, you know. They'll just follow you and they'll take the straight line between them and you. They will walk in fire. They will jump up the cliff if, you know, you jump off the cliff too, but you're a god, so you're okay. So he's got that. This one is the one they got after the quest. Essentially, they become even more resistant. Okay, he has his quest, he has his item, he has his birth sign. And I've decided that if you become a werewolf after he spent some time with you, he's not going to leave you because he knows you. How do we do his quest? The next thing we want to do is write his background. Whoa, whoa, easy. That's where he's gonna give the beginning of his story. That where, oops, sorry, dropping things. The travel trunk, you'll absorb it, nice. It's a good idea. I mean, it's really an NPC that looks like a trunk. Inspired by Pratchett. What's his quest in the end? Like, you'll find out in the background, he just says he's a veteran, and after the blah war, he moved to Morrowind. He made a living protecting Dagonfell from wild creatures. I still like the idea of having the guard in there. And then he settled down, and now he's worried that he hasn't earned his place. But I don't want to say all of that at once. Then his quest, well, he's got to do something epic, doesn't he? Doesn't he? His quest could be taking down a particularly powerful enemy. And we can add that enemy somewhere in Solstheim, for example. It could be, oh, what's the name of that beast in a cave? You see the one I mean, right? I will be faster to finding it here. What's the name of the beast in the cave? Not the Ufridic, but a super werewolf. We've already established that he's kind of okay with werewolves, unless, you know, they are particularly evil or aggressive. Listen, that big creature in the cave. It's not the Ufrid. It is. I think it is the Ufridic or something. Because there's the growl. It's not there. There. No, that's the one that's in Solstheim. So what's the other creature? the dark thingy. That's in a cave and you have to kill it. And I think it's somewhere in Sheogorath. You see the one I mean, guys? I'm sorry, all my Morrowind knowledge, however much I had, is gone. That is sad. Disease stuff, elk, Etienne. I do like Etienne. It's just I like the idea of a raven more, specifically goldfinch. That's TR Hersin, Horker. That's all you have for special creatures? Come on. The frost giant is the Ufridic that I looked at. It's one that's not, I think. Because this guy, oh no, that's Karstag. So it is this one. Okay, I did think of the right one. How about this guy for a quest? You meant that one. Rather, this one I think is very, very closely with the main quest. And even worse, it's towards the end of the Blood Moon main quest. So I think I prefer this guy. I think I prefer this guy for a quest. Because our guy is just a veteran warrior. Like it's not like he's very knowledgeable about the myth, the legends and the gods and where to find them. I mean, it's not a god, but it's still. So I prefer this one. A reference to the beast Grendel in Beowulf, fair enough. Particularly large number of resistances, that's fine. Let's go for this guy. He's got the severed Nord leg and the heart. Needed for the Meadhall Massacre quest. Now, let's not do something with the heart. Do we do something with the severed Nord leg? do we decide that our veteran actually has only one leg, and there it is? You ate my brother. Yeah, I mean, it would be fun, but it's too much of a plot twist, like, haha, what do you know? So no, I don't think I want to. Like, the idea is tempting, but no. I think just killing it is fine. I'm not even going to make the heart a trigger for the quest because you may have already done the quest. Hey Glisp, hello, welcome on in. There is a major flow. I mean, it's a flow with the companion mods. You know, when a companion says, I want to go and kill that creature, or I want to go and find that item, there's absolutely nothing. There is no simple way of making sure that that companion is here in the cell with you, dealing the final blow to the enemy or picking up the item. So with any companion that says, yeah, I have to go and kill the Udi Fricta. Udir Fricta. Yeah, we'll go with that. Like, to make sure that they're here with you when you kill them is really hard. So suspension of disbelief, and it's up to the player to go, you know what, you stay here, I'm gonna go slay your beast to prove you're brave, and then come back to you and you say, haha, well done. The only thing I can do is have, oh, too freaked. The only thing I can do is have the dialogue happen in that cell, so the NPC has to be there, but then again, nothing prevents the player from you know, go killing on his own and then finishing the quest. So I think that is a good end. So kill Udi. Thirsk. Where do we hear about this creature for the first time? The Meadhorn, that's Thirsk, right? Yes, that's good. We wanted to go with Thirsk, right? When do we get that quest? During or after the Skull Test of Strength, which should be destroyed. You still have to get quite a long way through the Blood Moon quest. Still. Who is Savar? Who is that? I don't know who it is. Oh, in Oblivion. Then I definitely have no idea for sure. Alright, back to our guy. No. Better. Hognard meets an adventurer in Dagenfell. I think we will establish it starts in Dagenfell. He wishes to join the adventurer in hope of accomplishing great deeds. What does he say to the adventurer? Adventurer. Please direct speech. First person. Nord style. Does that help you open ChatGPT? I feel so sorry for those AI that get all kinds of stupid requests. OPC name, it's good to see a fellow warrior with a hunger for adventure. I am Hognar, a Nord warrior of some renown. Will change that. And I seek to prove my worth on the battlefield once more. I can feel the call of Sovngarde growing stronger within me, and I know I must earn my place among the honored dead. If you'll have me, I'd be honored to join your party and fight alongside you in the name. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's so much better than what I would write. We will change some things a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is, in my conversation topic, because it's a great opening line. It's not a good line for, you know, background. There we go. So Hognar, you're gonna have two. You're gonna have this one. Is it talked? Is it not talked? What is the global? Or is it a function? Talk to PC. The first time you greetings. The first time you talk to him, so this is Hognard, and the first time you talk to him, he says, it's good to see a fellow, it's good to see, He doesn't know our name. Let's say he can work out our class based on our outfit. It's good to see A, something with a hunger for adventure. I am Hognard, a Nord warrior. Svenja Snowsong is her name. She gets killed and eaten. Oh, she does. The mother. Yeah, we're gonna deal with the son. I honestly don't remember, or maybe didn't even know about that quest. I don't like... I am a Nord warrior of some reason. Let's go with... Sorry, my brain is just... Google. Protector of Dagenfell. Full stop. With a space. I seek to prove my worth. You know what I should have done? Download the latest construction set UI. We'll take a look at it. Okay, it's good to see you, whatever your class, with a hunger. It's good to see A, something with a hunger for adventure. I am Hognard, veteran and protector of Dagenfell. I seek to prove my worth on the battlefield once more. I can feel the cold of Sovngarde growing stronger within me, and I know that I must earn my place among the honored dead. If you will have me, I'll be honored to join your party and fight alongside you in the name of glory and honor. That is a good greeting. It will happen only once. That's it, regardless of what you've done. Then you talk to him about conversation. If you're a werewolf, he goes, I'm not so sure. Let's add something. He peers into your eyes. Searching for answers. Forgive me, PC race, which is a lot more formal than PC class, you see. But there's a certain thing about ye. I'm not sure I like the ye. I'm gonna keep the you, mostly because I'm not sure I'll remember to keep it up throughout the whole quest. That makes me unsettled. I can't rightly say that's fine what it is, but it puts me on edge. Okay. Good. And then he joins you, and then we need a background. Hognard is now traveling with PC name. He speaks a little about his background. The War of... Help! Please, do I still have it here? No. What was the name of the war? Elder Scrolls. Wundermark. Thank you. Thank you for being smarter than me. The War of the Brandmark. Why he came to Dagenfell. Good luck, open chat GPT. It's like, this is, I don't know, is it cheating? Like maybe I like or too much, okay, good. Is it cheating to use open chat GPT not only to improve my ideas, but even to sort of brainstorm ideas and see what it comes up with. My PC name. The War of Bendramark was a fierce battle indeed. I fought with the Nords against the Red Guards, and we spilled much blood on both sides, but in the end our valor carried the day, and the Nords emerged victorious. After the war, I wandered the lands for a time, seeking new battles to fight and new foes to defeat. It was then I heard of Dagenfell, a place of great danger and opportunity. That doesn't quite work. No problem, Glisp. No problem at all. Thank you for stopping by and saying hello. You know, it's always a pleasure. And I'll never be offended because I make you sleep. Sleep tight and talk to you soon. Okay, the second part is not good. I could make a name. Don't worry, Glisp. That's fine. Improve my worth as a warrior. And so I came to this land ready to face that is not. Definitely get some sleep, and there's nothing worse than being tired and unable to sleep. So when you feel you're sleepy, go for it, especially on a Sunday if you don't have to work. There's no better time. Sleep tight, and I hope you feel rested when you wake up. It's not late at night. It doesn't matter. When you're sleepy, you're sleepy. You actually just got off work. That would explain. That's a great time to nap. Okay, I like this. That second part is not good. Okay, I know. What are we gonna do? Bye, Glisp. I know what we're gonna do for the background. First of all, it's not a function, it's a global, I think. It's a local, stupid me. It has been a long time. It's a local. First of all, he has to be a companion. And does he already have a journal entry? Normally I have them for everyone. Hope not. Oh, he was the one with Hoker. We completely threw that out of the window. He could still know Hoker. Isn't Hoker a... I think he might be a Red Guard, which would tie in quite nicely with this whole War of B background that we gave him. What am I looking for? NPCs. Yeah. Okay. So I can even keep the fact that he knows Hoker and he has beef with him because that's a Red Guard and that works with what we were doing. Okay, and the quests already exist. I'm going to put this one away so you don't have to see it. I'm keeping it open with the journal, and now I'm opening this one for the actual conversation. All right. And he says, have you ever been in a war? Question PC name. choice. Yes. No. I don't remember. I don't want to talk about it. I think that's enough options for now, and they all lead to the next line of the dialogue. It's cheating. It's cheating completely. Basically, we don't care about the player, we want Hognard to tell his story. Have you ever been in a war PC name? Yes. Full stop. No. Full stop. I don't remember. I mean, what do you know about yourself? I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I'm giving the player option, okay? And this only happens if the quest has not started. Now, technically, I just deleted that filter that says journal 0. It doesn't break the quest to keep it. In fact, it's sort of a safety net in case I don't do my filters right. At the same time, in my game, sometimes, quite often, because I have a lot of heavy quest mods with lots of dialogues, and I feel that there's the tiniest delay between the moment I click on a topic and the moment I get the dialogue. So I'm thinking the fewer filters, the less time it takes for the game to give me the line I want. To which he continues, and then that's when we take this, when he goes, where he goes, I'm gonna change that a little bit. Where he goes, I fought with the Nords against the Red Guard. I fought against the Nords against the Red Guard in the War of Bendramak. Full stop. It was a fierce battle indeed, and we spilled much blood on both sides, but in the end, our valor carried the day, and the Nord emerged victorious. Okay, say that, but nice. After the war, I had my fill of bloodshed in battle. I had seen too many good warriors fall and too many families torn apart by war. This is beautiful, Hognar. Keep going. It was then that I decided to leave the military and seek a different path. I turned to the gods for guidance, and they led me to the path of the warrior. We'll skip that. The way of the honorable fighter. I mean, no, we can keep that. Like, his class is veteran, but he's still a veteran warrior, right? But maybe I'll put the path of the mercenary, because that's really what he is there. The way of the... Yeah, we'll tweak that. Of course, in a land like Morrowind, one cannot avoid conflict forever, but now I fight for a greater purpose than mere glory of wealth. No, that's too much. Okay, I like the first part. And they led me to... No, I turned to the guides for guidance. After the war, I had my fill of bloodshed and battle. I had seen so many good warriors fall and too many families fall apart. It was then that I decided to leave the military and seek a different path. Sure, let me to Morrowind. Cognard becomes silent. He seems lost in his thoughts. Let's go with just lost. It is really good. Lost in his thoughts. I mean, obviously, I'm like, wow, this is amazing, the stuff it can do. And also, I feel that it writes with so much conviction. I mean, right now, I'm asking it to talk about a fictionary character in a fictionary world created for a video game or a video game franchise. So, you know, whatever goes. But I'm sure if I was to ask for the, like, I don't know, how would a policeman in New York describe the city? And it would say something so convincing, I would go, yeah, that's what policemen in New York think, or that's how it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's so convincing. It looks so legit and knowledgeable that there is a danger there. And then we're getting into the, okay, then if I can do that with an AI, maybe more so with the art AIs like Midjourney and DALL-E and all those, I would absolutely hate to be an artist right now. It's got to be terrifying when you look, you know, at how much it costs to hire an artist and how much you pay to be able to generate hundreds of images. It might not be exactly what you want, and there's a certain skill that is being developed as to how to give the prompts to the AI. But still, it's cool. I'm very happy to use it to make a mod, because at the end of the day, it's not that important. I don't know how I feel about AIs being used for more serious things, I guess. I don't know. But at my level right now, I'm just happy to have that tool. I do hope that people are going to figure out, you know, the rules, the ethics, the how to, the what to avoid and stuff like that. I hope they don't decide that using OpenChat-GPT to make a Morrowind mod is unethical. That would be sad. Okay, becomes and all I have to do now is journal AAFF. I can't type. And the truth is, I've been teaching a lot of classes this week because Aurel is away for the week. And so I was like, you know what, I'm on my own. I should teach as many classes as possible. So I taught a lot of classes. And when I teach my classes, I switch my keyboard to a French layout. And now I feel I want to type French for you, which is not a good idea. FF Hognard 1, let's. Hognar confided that he was a soldier. Confided that he was a soldier. You see, ChatGPT writes things so much better than me. Hognar confided that he was a soldier in the... Let's find that word again. Yes, I still have not memorized the word. In that. In the War of Bendramak. and that despite the victory for Skyrim, he felt he had seen enough bloodshed and moved to Morrowind. I realized that the story here doesn't entirely work. Like, who in their right mind goes to Morrowind because they want a life without bloodshed? You know, I need to move to a peaceful place. Morrowind, excellent. Cliff racers, impending doom, mysterious and deadly disease. This is it. This is where I retire. But he was young at the time. He didn't know. The sign you're using, oh, that's the one that did the Morrowind script. That's what I mean. I did say that it would know what a script does, but I'm not going to do it now. Well, we could do it at some point, see what happens. Right, actually, the reason why I tried this out for the very first time a while ago, in the Morrowind Modding community Discord, I was in the MWSC channel asking yet another dumb question. Forgot what it was. I said, typically, Merlord wrote this bit of code for me, but I would like to modify it to do this as well. Help. That's typically what happens. And Noel was the one who said, I wonder if Danae could manage with OpenChatGPT to change her scripts or her code. And so that's what I did. And one of the very first things that I did was to feed it some of the codes that I have. I think it's the one that makes the creatures not attack the player, depending on their race and the type of creatures. And it did give me something, but that was the very beginning. And every second time it would crash mid thinking, because I say it's too many people, server overload, internet is gonna blow up, sort of things. But since then I haven't tried. Instead I think that's fun, and I kind of understand what is being said. Okay, that's not good. So let me tell you what happened after the war. Cognard moved to Morrowind. He settled in the Nord settlement of Dagenfell, where he worked as a mercenary, protecting the population, mostly fishermen. I'm teaching the AI, okay? I mean, the AI surely knows that, but mostly fishermen from the dangerous creatures of Sheolgorad. As well as the occasional bandit. It's even provided a step-by-step description of what each session of the script was supposed to do. Yes, that's what I did. Like, you give it a script without any question and it tells you what it does, which is really good. Like, it's a great learning tool. Like, no doubts, hands down, so much potential for great things. But like any tool that can do great things, there's always going to be someone intentionally, sometimes not intentionally, usually intentionally, that's going to find a way to use this to do something terrible. I think it might not have been this, but I think that's what it was. People who asked the chat to just write a virus, like code, to code a virus. And I was like, yeah, there it is. Bunny virus, bunny eating your screen. Was not a virus back in the day, or a snake or something, or Pac-Man, I don't remember. Would this life grant him a place in Sovereign Guard? Ah. Did I jinx it by mentioning the chaotic beginnings of the chat? I was trying to modify Plued Mountain so you can't escape the dungeon with scripted teleportation and couldn't get the script to... I may try this at the starting point. I think it's like, especially you understand scripting better than I do. So you'd probably be able to, like, if there was something weird, you'd probably be able to spot it. Yes, Hognard's life as a mercenary, protecting the people and surrounding... would certainly be considered a worthy pursuit. But likely, we're not sure. The others in upholding their way of life. Yeah, but he didn't. Anyway, now I've fed him the information of where he is and why, so I'm happy with that. Alright, where does the quest continue? Hognard's quest starts in. Now we need to think a little bit about the steps. I would like him... Oh, there we go. His quest is going to begin after we talk to one of the three... I can't really include the Naked Nord in Tamriel Rebuilt because I would have to have Tamriel Rebuilt as a master and I don't want that. But Hognard's quest starts after you meet an unworthy Nord near Caldera. How's that? Now already we're gonna have to think, yeah, but what if I've already done the quest? Huh? So we're gonna have to do two things. And paralyzed. Let's go with the American spelling. That's my French keyboard thing. A paralyzed Nord near... Would Aldrin be... good? I'm going to call that 2. Now, what I need to do back here, this is only going to work if miscellaneous quest, no, not Blood Moon. Ashlands divided by Nyx Hounds, no. Widowmaker in the Graysland. I don't want this one. This one is fighting a real witch. Like, he's not so bad, I would say. The Paralyzed Barbarian, there we go. This one is a bit more... I don't think I noticed that before. Would scratch ear if I could move. West of Aldrin. Okay. I can say that. And I want a journal entry. Actually, that's not the one I need, sorry. The other one. Cloud Keeper. Okay. What I'm gonna do is abused healer. At least 70. I'm trying to decide which step of the quest is basically too late for my quest to start. Now, if I only talk to him once, my new NPC can still hop on. I have agreed. But if I do this, you know what? It's gonna be 10 or less. MV abused healer. This has to be 10 or less, which means that when he tells me about his background, if he hasn't talked to the naked Nord near Caldera, who is the most pathetic, I think, of the three Nords, because either he's a liar or he's too stupid to understand that he's incredibly prejudiced against Breton female mages. So if I have not been further in the quest, then my quest say it continues when. But if he has, then we can check for that other quests. A paralyzed barbarian, and we're looking at MV paralyzed barbarian, thank you. And we'd have to be 20 MV paralyzed. Okay. What if the player has already done both quests? Do I give directions to the third one? And what if they've done all three quests? Then I will skip that. And the next step is going to be when we get to Solstein. And I don't know when that would be, but that's the way it is. Okay. So let's double check that real quick. He tells me the first option is if I haven't done the quest with the Nord near Caldera, he'll tell me about it, and the journal says his quest starts when you meet a paralyzed Nord near Caldera. If you've already been further in that quest, meaning you've killed the Nord, or he's just standing there, then you're gonna get the line about let's see what I've done. Like Aldrin, sometimes I have it with an apostrophe, sometimes with the hyphen. What do you say? Here it's hyphenated without the capitalized R, so let's go with that. I'm going to plan a third one when you travel to Solstheim. So already we have a quest that is branching in 3 different directions. That's 2. Imagine the third one. Either way, for these three different branches, what happens is Hognar is going to wonder if the Nord way of life has been lost, if leaving Skyrim was a mistake, that sort of things. We'll go with that. So this is him. This is him the first time we talked to him. Said, hey, maybe I'll join you for glory and honor. Once you have talked to him. I should have kept on typing, shouldn't I? Oh no. When my journal is 3 or less, but also 1 or more. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. Oh, that's not a follow, that's a raid. Sorry, I confused the sounds. How are you doing, guys? Welcome on in. Slightly alright. Oh, just slightly. I hope it goes up and up. The next time it's going to be mostly alright. And end up with totally alright. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome on in. How you guys doing? Dane Jasho, hello. This is Morrowind with the perfectly not modern construction set. I mean, to be fair, it has some improvements. It's just you today. You're perfectly enough. Just you is fine. Absolutely fine. How are you? We are writing a quest for this charming fellow. It looks like he's not carrying pants. He has pants. They just don't show in the construction set. He is a Nord veteran. He did fight in the wars and everything. You were playing Morrowind. Excellent choice. He moved to Morrowind, settled down in Dagenfell, made a living as a mercenary, protecting the town from cliff racers, mud crabs, bandits, whatever, you know, stuff happening there. And now that he's getting older, he feels that maybe he should do something really, really brave to make sure he's got a spot in Sovngarde. So he's going to join us. And now we're writing his story, really. We got to the part where he's joined us. That's where we got in. Oh my god, it's almost 9 o'clock. That's where we got in almost 3 hours. This is sad. I mean, no, it's not sad because the process is enjoyable. Maybe I would have done faster on my own. Thank you so much for the follow. This time it's the right music. Maybe I would have probably done a little faster on my own, but it would have been on my own. So there you have it. I just started into OpenMW and modding guides, a wee bit more involved than I expected. Yeah, Morrowind, actually it's a bit of a paradox because Morrowind modding is somewhat more accessible than Skyrim modding. Like, I find that to mod Skyrim, you need to understand more about programming and coding with Papyrus, but still you need to understand, like, it's more complex because the engine is more complex, so you need to understand a bit more about 3D models and how they work and that sort of things. So in that way it is less accessible than Morrowind, where the construction set, it is what it is and the tools are what they are, but it is accessible. I've never had an IT class in my life and I was still able to figure it out by looking at other mods, looking at how the game was done. I'm trying to remember if I had some tutorials. Honestly, early 2000, there weren't that many tutorials, but I must have read stuff anyway. It's not like I figured out everything. So Morrowind modding is a little more accessible. At the same time, the engine itself is more finicky because it was not created for modding, whereas Skyrim, like when they made Skyrim, they knew there would be not a construction set, something else. You know, like Skyrim was made with modding in mind. Can I ask where your accent is from? Yes, it is from France. That's my best French accent right there. I don't really mod for OpenMW. Is there a particular reason why you want to mod for OpenMW specifically? Other than, I'm guessing you use it. I mean, this mod, for example, works with OpenMW. It's not for OpenMW, it's just for Morrowind, but it happens to work with OpenMW. Right, and so we have our first line where he says, yeah, you look super brave, I want to join you. And now, after he's already with us, we know that he was in the war, we know that he's a veteran, we know that he spent the rest of his life in Dagenfell protecting the settlement. And what I want to do here is, after meeting Silly Nord, aka Naked Nord, Ognar wonders if the Nord way of life is disappearing. That's my idea. So sorry. You know, slightly alright. Is there another chat? Yes. And I think my bot is, oh crap. And my video is weird. Okay. There's also the people on YouTube. So normally they should all appear above my head, but I got a feeling that Danebot is tired. I was talking to Jen Jasho on YouTube, who said he started digging into OpenMW and modding guides, and that he find it a little more involved than he expected. That's why I was talking about that. Sorry if that sounded completely like, oh no, you're appearing. Can somebody on YouTube type a whatever in the chat so I can verify that it's appearing above my head? It could be that Twitch chat appears normally and the YouTube chat doesn't, which would be annoying, not horrible, but still works. So now he's gonna tell us about that once he's joined us, but also when you start having a lot of filters, that's when what is the one? Test. Thank you, Smush Puppy. And indeed, I see there is a problem with the bot. What's your YouTube? Danae Plays, same thing. Is it Danae? It is Danae Plays. You'll stop bothering me. No, don't. You're not bothering me. Yeah. It's annoying that the YouTube chat is not appearing up there. I'll remember to read the lines from YouTube. So it doesn't sound like I'm having a third conversation with someone else. MV Naked Nord, is it? No, Cloud Reaver. Or maybe I just can't remember the journal entry. That's the paralyzed one. And the quest is MV Abused Healer. Abused Healer. Now, if we get to the point in that quest where, actually, you know that quest. If you, Bien Duke, thank you for making this tutorial. You're very welcome. This is not really a tutorial. I'm not really explaining much, but I'm glad you enjoy this and or the modding tutorial that I put on YouTube a while ago. I'm gonna have to watch them again. That's one thing, because I did those 5 years ago, maybe almost 6 years ago. And some of the tools have changed, starting with the construction set. Can you imagine that Morrowind is almost 21 years old, and recently we got an update for the construction set that make things so much better, so much quality of life improvement. So that would warrant another tutorial, if only to show the cool new tools we have that make life so much easier. So much easier. Slightly alright. I'm currently on my first playthrough of Morrowind and I've loved it so much you're making me want to mod it. Don't! Hold it in. Hold it in as much as possible. Keep playing vanilla. You weren't even one when it came out. I wish I could say that. No, do I? I mean, I guess it would be nice to be younger, but then I would have missed the 90s. No, I don't wish I could say that. I was there for the 80s, I was there for the 90s, and it was glorious. But sorry, I'm going on a tangent there. Keep playing vanilla. Are you playing vanilla or OpenMW vanilla? It's not exactly the same thing, but anyway, I would really recommend finish your game with this one. And I know finishing the game, I only have an Xbox to play it on. Oh, that's hardcore. That's vanilla. Whew. It's cool to experience it now, but it also would have been fun to play when it first came out. I think when it first came out, it was more of a wow, like even for the graphics and things like that. Honestly, I love this game to bits. It's my favorite game. I've been playing it for years, modding it for years. That's what I stream most of the time. I've got quite a few mods published. I love the game, but some aspects of it are dated. Fortunately, it's not the sort of game where I feel there's a lot of games like MMORPGs, you know, free-to-play games in particular, that look spectacular, beautiful, and then there's not much behind it. There's no much, they don't have much of anything else going for themselves. Whereas Morrowind has a look that is quite unique, even though it's a bit dated. It still has a mood, an atmosphere. It makes you feel things, and it's got the stories, the characters, the lore, and everything. Story over graphics, exactly. So that's why 20 years later the game is still being played, I guess. I love the graphics even now. I think they're all the game need to look good, and can't imagine playing this without a guide. Yeah. Story over graphics. Morrowind builds tier magistrates. Hello, welcome on in. Morrowind builds the story world larger than itself. When it first came out, stuff like Half-Life 1 was contemporary. The concept of an action-based RPG with deep stories was rare. Maybe System Shock can be pointed to. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't really think of an RPG action, like mostly, I mean, action RPG. It's a bit different, but I was thinking of a game like Marathon. That's what, a first-person shooter, dungeon crawler type of things. And it's all very actiony and pew 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 blah blah, but there's actually a rather involved story that is sort of told to you on the side through notes on computers that you find. There is a big story, but it's almost on the side, like you don't have to read it. And it's possible that most people, when like, okay, first level clear, second level clear, and they give up on reading the wall of text of a crazed AI that's talking to you. Whereas Morrowind, you can play without the story. In fact, last year when I did all the interviews for, that was last year, yeah. When I did all the interviews for the 20th anniversary of Morrowind, there were a number of people who said, well, at the time, I was really young. I did not understand the story. I had no idea what I was doing, and I loved it. which is great. It's absolutely wonderful. I had fun stopping in. I'll raid you again if I see you, but have a great rest of your stream and great to meet. Absolutely slightly all right. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your Morrowind. Cherish your first Morrowind gameplay. I wish I could erase my memory and play it all over again. Of course, there's a risk that maybe I wouldn't love it as much, but still, cherish it. Absolutely cherish it. Don't look at mods. Anyway, if you're on Xbox, that's a non-issue right now. Don't look at mods. The node system, do you know that you can... Oh, actually, am I saying something stupid? I haven't played on Xbox, but in vanilla, you can add notes on the map also. The journal itself, you can't do anything with it. You just have to accept what is there and make do with it. But you can add pins on the map and notes there as well. On the PC vanilla version, I'm not sure about Xbox. Everyone says they wish they could have my first experience. Then that just confirms that it has to be true. Unless there's a conspiracy. Everyone who's ever played Morrowind tells to anyone who plays it to say, oh yeah, I wish I could play it again. But seriously, I wish I could discover it all over again. And I do have, sometimes I have that feeling, like I'll read something and I go, oh yeah, that must be modded. And it's not, it's the vanilla game, it's just I had never seen it. Or maybe I had read it, seen it once, and then I forgot. You haven't tried? You'll have to. All right, no problem. Have a good time, slightly all right. And hope to talk to you soon. Okay, where were we? Yeah, my question. When I talked to, I forgot his name, the Naked Nord near Caldera, would he be upset that... No, he would not. He would not be upset that he's dead. So... I mean, if I finished a quest like that. How would my Nord companion react to that? Okay. So if the journal is at 80, he'll say that Holmar was not worthy of Cloud Cleaver. It's not even a great axe, but hey, it was not worthy, and he worries about the Nords. Have the Nords forgotten about the honor, the pride that defines their people? If I did 85, he's gonna be surprised that I gave the axe, because Holmar is not worthy, and he worries that his people are not blah blah blah. Okay, so whatever happens, he's gonna say the same thing basically, but I need to make 2 lines. So we start with the 80, which is the one where I killed Holmar, and then we have the one with 85 where I did not kill Holmar. Let's see what OpenChatGPT has to say about it. During his travels with PC name, Hognar meets a Naked Nord. Who was punished by a Breton. I mean, she was a healer, her class is a healer, but I'm gonna put mage to give a little more background. Who was punished by a Breton mage for disrespecting her. How does he feel about this naked Nord? No, 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 no. No, 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 he does not. Let's go. Let me give you the answer. Hognard feels that the naked Nord is not worthy of Sovngarde because he attacked a defenseless woman, which is cowardly, and he was actually bested by the woman. How would Ognar say this? Essentially, rewrite what I said, but better. Well, pissy name, I cannot help but feel that this naked Nord, will change the text a bit, is not worthy of Sovngarde. Attacking a defenseless woman is a cowardly act, and being bested by her only compounds the shame. Open chat GPT, you speak so good. As Nords, we value bravery and honor above all else, and attacking someone who cannot defend themselves is a clear violation of these values. This naked Nord must learn to respect others. Well, he's dead now. Even those who may be different, da 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 da. Okay, okay. Okay, we'll modify that a little bit. So this is the one where Hognard is dead. Well, pissy name, I cannot help but feel that Holmar, was that his name? I'll double check that. Holmar Winesot. And that name, honestly, that inspires bravery. Is not worthy of Cloud River. Hey, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. Cloud Cleaver, isn't it? I say Reaver. Niruv, welcome on in. Well, pissy name, I cannot help but feel that Holmar Winesot is not, oh sorry, was not worthy of Cloud Cleaver. I don't think it's capitalized twice though. No, it's not. So let's attacking a defenseless woman is a cowardly act, and being bested by her only compounds the shame. So well written. I mean, I'm sure a person can do better. I'm just not that person. As Nords, we value bravery and honor above all else, and attacking someone who cannot defend themselves is a clear violation of these values. Hognard goes on explaining that he worries the Nords of Morrowind have forgotten their values and roots. What does he say? As I travel through Morrowind, I cannot help but worry that my fellow Nords have forgotten their values and roots. It's not very creative, that's my words exactly. It seems that many have forsaken our proud traditions in favor of new and foreign ways. They have lost touch with the land and the old gods, and with the spirits of the north. I refuse to let this happen to me. I will hold fast to my belief in my heritage. Not bad, not bad. We're gonna have to cut out some of that. I'm gonna have to cut out some of that. And you know, I'm going to write on the notepad. I know I'm super high tech, but it's just a lot more readable than, you know, the construction set. As I travel through Morrowind, I cannot help but worry that my fellow nodes have forgotten where they come from. It seems that many have forsaken they have lost touch with the spirit of the north. But I refuse to let this happen to me. Blah 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 blah. Like, it's okay, he's a warrior, he's a good dude and everything, but he's a warrior and then he lived in Dagenfell, so I don't really want him spouting philosophical ideas about what is life, what is the meaning of life, what does it mean to be a Nord. He doesn't go that far. And I'm not sure I could write that dialogue. But this is good. We'll keep that. Do we have space to add it? We do not. Choice. What do you mean? Question mark. And that will be our choice number 1 for him. All right, I'm gonna do the second one, because I think I can already have the 2 of them meet. This is when, well, this is when 80 we killed him, 85 we didn't, I see. This is what we did when we killed him. Shit. Okay, that's good, that's good. So we put an is here. I cannot help but feel that whole more, and we've lost the music, have we? Give us more music. There we go. It's not worthy. Okay, that's good. And here was because he's dead. I don't know that the player will ever notice the difference. I don't know, maybe. Blah. About tradition. So he says that with choice 1. Now, if I want it to be trickier, and I think I do, Your ChatGPT doesn't work for you? Oh. I mean, it's possible depending on where you are. Like, you've tried with different accounts, I assume. And you've checked your Google account. Does it say anything? I think if it's not available in certain countries, there would be a list somewhere. I'm going to make things trickier. I believe he is in the West What's his name? I've been saying Holmar this whole time. Is that not his name? Hlomar. Okay, good. I copy pasted. It's good that I never trust myself to write things properly. Hlomar Winesot. Yes, he is in the West Gash region, and the witch, i.e. the healer, Socia, is in the West Gash region. So the very least I can do is when you talk to this guy, like, he is your companion, you have completed this miscellaneous quest, and if you are in the West Gash region, so you'll have to talk to him, you know, shortly after you do that, then he gets the dialogue. Meaning if you left him, you know, in Dagenfell because you decided not to take him with you, and then you come back, he doesn't know about what happened and he hasn't thought about it. Okay. We're still in the West Gash region. What do you mean? He says. And that's where he says what we said we would keep. That. Just this part. The other is a bit too. It seems that many have forsaken our proud traditions in favor of new and foreign ways. They have lost touch with the land, with the old gods, and with the spirits of the north. But I refuse to let this happen to me. Maybe the Nords in Solstheim have remained truer to the Nord way of life? Question mark. Maybe the Nords in Solstheim have remained truer to the Nord way of life. Okay. To which he says that was choice 2. To which he says, you might be right. PC name. I am keen to visit the island. Okay. I want to say something. Visit the island. Feel the wind on my face. Something like that. Open chat GPT. What would Hognar say if his good friend PC name suggested going to Solstheim to see if the Nords there have remained true to the Nord way of life? Let's see. 7th Monday, what did you want to use it for? Was it for like actual coding or spinning a story and having dialogues? Because there is an alternative. If you want to make a character talk with a certain voice, there is another AI. I want to say character AI. I think I might have bookmarked it. Maybe not. But there is another AI. I don't know if it's powered by, you know, ChatGPT or not. I want to say character AI. Yes, character AI. Oof, okay. there's a wait time to go there. But basically, either you pick a person that exists or a fictional character, and you ask question and it talks to you as if it were that character. I don't need it. Solstheim, hey, I've heard tales of that place, a land of ice and snow inhabited by both Nord and Dunmer. If what you say is true, and the Nord there have remained true to our way of life, then it would be worth making the journey to see it for myself. Perhaps I could learn from their example and bring some of their wisdom and strength back to Morrowind. No, you don't plan to go back. But we must be careful, Pisciname. The journey will not be an easy one, and there are sure to be dangers lurking around every corner. If we do go, we must be prepared for anything and everything. I'm gonna keep the first half. Just that. I'm seeing a pattern where I like the first bit and then not so much. But hey. Solstheim, hey? I've heard tales of that place, a land of ice and snow. Full stop. If what you say is true and the Nord there have remained true to our way of life, then it would be worth making the journey to see it for myself. Yes. Journal, AA, FF, Ognard. I'm gonna make that 10 because, did I close the other one? I might have. Because this is but one of the 3 branches. The second branch is directly to Solstheim, so you can skip the bit with the naked Nords. ChatGPT is good, but it doesn't put enough milk drinkers in his lines. Moving forward, make sure Hognar, Jellyfish, hello. Make sure Hognar refers to non-Nord people as milk drinkers. Very good. Not to worry. This is a fictional character in a video game. It won't be offended. Thank you. Okay. It's like not letting go, which is good. Like I'm laughing because it's a little bit funny, but at the same time, I feel it is necessary as well. So good. Open chat GPT. You're doing good. But do say milk drinkers from time to time. Thank you. How you doing, Jellyfish? Jellyfishy. Sorry, I forgot the I. Oh, okay. Let's finish this. Well, not this quest, because we're basically, this is step 2 of the quest. Then I have to do the same thing, but when doing the quest with the other naked Nord, and then I have to do the dialogue on Solstheim. Then we want to go to Thirsk, and then we will hear about the Ufridic, the nasty beast that we want to kill. Teaching artificial intelligence, bad words on it. But I mean, it's fine. There has to be some sort of safeguards. Are they implemented in the best way ever? Probably not. The other day I was reading up in the Midway Discord. Midway is an art AI that does very cool stuff, and somebody was complaining that they put the word homo, like homo, HOMO, in the prompt, and the bot said no can do, we don't use that word, but you know, Homo sapiens, that's not an insult. There's nothing wrong, derogatory about it, but simply it has to have some words blacklisted, even though they're not necessarily used in a bad way. Is it implemented well? Probably not. But then again, the bot is learning. So it's better to have something that's not perfect than nothing at all. That's my 2 cents on the matter. Nobody asked me, but there we go. What kind of mod are you creating? This is a work in progress for a large mod called Friends and Friends, where you have NPC companions and creature companions. I have right now some 20 NPCs and maybe a small dozens of creatures. And because there are so many companions, they don't have a full story and multiple quests, but they each have background and 2, 3, 4, it depends on the companions, but there's a few steps to their quest. And the one we're writing right now is a former Nord soldier, so he's a veteran. He fought in the war and everything, and now he's older. He's lived after the war. He's been living in Dagenfell, where he protected the village. And now that he's getting older, and he started to think about Sovngarde, and he's like, I need to go and do something heroic. And so he joins us. And in the quest, if you're familiar with Morrowind, there's a couple, in those 3, there's a couple of Nord NPCs, and they're naked because they've been tricked by a witch who may or may not be a witch. And so after you meet one of them and he goes, wow, that's what the Nord have become, and he goes, you know, are we still strong, proud Nord people? And that's when we say, well, we should go to Solstheim. And that's where we got in the quest. That's it. When we do get to Solstheim, we will then have another dialogue to direct us towards Thirsk and the mead hall, where we may or may not get drunk on mead. I don't know, I haven't decided that. His final quest is to kill the Udidi for, you know, the big bad beast in one of the caves, the one with the Nord leg as a weapon. And when he does that, he will feel that he has accomplished a great brave deed, and he'll be reassured he can go to Sovngarde. I am considering making him die during that battle anyway. And we had the suggestion that once he's dead, there's his ghost, and he can say, oh, I see it, I see the gates of Sovngarde, and then he disappears. Beautiful ending, but we're not there yet. Udiri, that one, right? Mead is the Nord way. It is. I was considering, though, if you give him mead anywhere but in the Nord mead hall of Thirsk, that he would spit it out and say something like, what is this? This is not true Nord mead. I'd rather drink milk. Or something. We're not there yet. For now, I need to write the journal entry. And I have to keep in mind that I want this journal entry to work after encountering the Naked Nord near Caldera, or the Naked Nord near Aldrin. It is sad and funny that ChatGPT won't say milk drinkers. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it made me laugh, especially, I don't know if you saw the whole dialogue, when I say, no, don't worry about it. It's a fictional character in a video game, he won't be offended. And I go, okay, but it's a bad term and I don't want to say it. It's fine. I think it's funny. It's a little sad, but it's funny too. So, a journal entry to say we've decided to go to Solstheim. Ognard would like to travel to Solstheim and see for himself if the Nord way of life has been preserved. I'll just go with that. I'm gonna make a note here. The next one will be in Solstheim. Go to Thirsk. At that point, I'm probably gonna have to add some dialogue around Fort, hey Motocrats, around Fort Frostmoth to say that, you know, there aren't many Nords in the fort because it's an Imperial fort, but if you want to meet the local, there's a village northeast to Thirsk. And then we're gonna have an entry in Thirsk. Someone had to, it has to be you. That's where we hear about Udi. And killing Udi would be a feat of valor. I'll have to double check in the construction set, but I don't think that killing the creature before you get the quest to do so breaks the quest. The quest progresses, the vanilla quest progresses as long as you bring the heart as proof that you've killed it. So there, feat of valor. And that would be more or less where the quest ends. But we're not there yet, because we need different ways to get there. It's not going to be too difficult. Here. These were the two lines he said when we did the quest with Hlomar. Not Holmar, but Hlomar Winesalt. There is a second quest. Nighty is just so sweet and adorable and greeting everyone that comes in. I really like that. I really appreciate it as well. This is the one with the first one, and this is the second quest. You're doing great. So in this one, I'm just going to put that the journal entry is at least 100. That way it doesn't matter. Either way you help him, you get the reward. So 10. MV paralyze at 100. So I'm gonna make a copy of this one. Okay. I cannot help but feel that it's his actual name. He's in deep red. I cannot help but feel that is not worthy of, is not a worthy warrior. I need to reread the story. He was escorting a witch and got himself cursed. He might not be telling you the whole story. You can cure him, you get the ice cap, which is a very ugly hat, but it's a unique enchanted item, so you like to collect it. Personally, I like to collect it anyway. Kanavanana is not a worthy warrior. How could he offend the women he was escorting. And worst of all, how could he be bested by her? Let's go with that. As Nords, we value bravery and honor above all else, and attacking someone who cannot defend themselves is a clear violation of this value. So, well, I'm not going to put that because she did. And attacking someone, not attacking, but offending someone is a clear violation of these values. As a tribal 3, okay, and then we do that. And we said the journal entry was 100 or more. Honestly, this is a lot weaker than with the other guy. I really hope that the player will go with the other guy. This second one is not bad. It's sort of a bit... He's not telling you the whole story. It's a bit dishonest, I guess. Okay. And now what we need to do... We are in Solstheim. Our journal is... 10 or less, but also more than 1. Yeah, he could be our companion in Solstheim and the quest be not started if you've never asked about his background. That is a possibility, so I'm gonna put this just in case. There's a really, really tiny chance that from Dagenfell all the way to Solstheim, you never talked to your companion and you saw background in blue and you never thought it would be a good idea to talk to him about his background. Just in case. Just in case that happens. And now the text will have to be written. But it's been more than 3 hours. I've run out of coffee, so I think I am going to go boom. We've saved. I'm happy with this guy. I feel he's interesting. And like I know where the quest is going. It's mostly a little bit of dialogue. There's no fancy scripting to do. It's a fairly straightforward quest, but still, I feel he's quite interesting. I think I want him to die fighting the creature. Is it too mean? Is it too cruel to make that companion, to have a quest lead you to kill a beast, to have him die, but happy die because he goes to Sovngarde? Like the quest is going to Sovngarde. Is it too sad, too cruel of a plot twist? It's some sort of bittersweet ending. But I feel, you know, it's different. It's different from all the other quests that we have. I have to think about it. We'll see. Anyway, this is saved. Bittersweet endings are charming in some way. It sounds good to you? Okay. Good. If I have your approval, then let's approve. And if anyone complains, I will say, yeah, but it was 90s and 7th Monday and Prof Armitage just said it was okay. Here's their Discord. Talk to them. I won't do that. But I like it. Guys, thank you so much for, you know, helping me get this story with the help of ChatGPT. That helps too. You know, we like that. Next week, I don't know. I'm sorry. I used to have everything neat, scheduled and planned. Next week I will be streaming, though it's the board game Sunday. We're going to the board game cafe, but it closes at 6. So you may have players reloading saves to try to save him, thinking they did something wrong. Yeah, I will have to make it clear that that's how it's supposed to end. Or, I mean, they can not take him to fight the beast, and then he'll be a companion forever. But then he'll never go to Sovngarde, and it will be your fault. But definitely I'll have to make it clear that it's supposed to be like this. Like he dies with a smile. Or maybe I don't kill him. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't like script his death. But in case of his death, I make that a proper ending. If he survives, I also make that a proper ending with him saying, I am sure with his great feat of bravery, the halls of, I was gonna say Valhalla again, but you know what I mean. I'll make it possible for him to survive. But I think it's more poetic that he dies. Especially that ending when he reappears as a ghost and say, the gates, I see them. Thank you, person PC name, for helping me or something. Alright, I'm gonna call it a night. I can feel I'm tired, and the more tired I am, the more stupidly I speak. Guys, have a great Sunday, whatever is left of it, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye, everyone.